nobody talks about it, bro. It's crazy. Nobody brings that dude's name up, bro.
Bro, because Kathy's his promoter and everything like that, and I told her, I said, listen, the way this dude is, and this was at the weigh-in, I was like, this could be possibly your next Kovalev, you know what I mean? Like when nobody really knew who Kovalev was, and he blew up on the scene and shit like that. I mean, he had that similar look to him, like a Kovalev, and the way he destroyed Tim Tszyu, man, this nigga, he's definitely like a Kovalev type fighter right now in that division. I want to see him against another good fighter.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love to see him against Vergil Ortiz, but they don't want that. They don't want that.
I think eventually there's going to be no choice, bro. I think the people are going to demand it. It's crazy, but hey, listen, it's like he's the boogeyman. It's like he's the boogeyman. I like that fight. I like that Boychuk fight with him. Yeah. I think that's a good fight. But I still think Vergil got to give Boychuk that get back, bro. I think he's earned that rematch. That first one was razor thin. A lot of people had Boychuk winning that fight, including me. Yeah, I thought he edged them out, especially with the knockdowns. So he's got to get that back. So if I'm Vergil's people, yeah, man, I would give him a shot. But I don't even know if Virgil's in a rush to do that fight again, bro.
I want to see Vergil against Tellez. Been wanting that fight for a minute.
But Tellez is our guy, bro, from Caribbean Box Lab.
Listen, bro, I love it. I love that fight, bro. I think it's a great fight.
I'm always rocking with my peoples, man. That show the Hangout spot love. So I'm Team Tellez, but
you think Tellez over Zayas, kid?
Oh man, now you.
Yeah.
Wow, nah, no way.
That's what I'm saying. That's the fight I want to see.
Yeah, I can't do that.
See Tellez against Zayas, man. That's a dope
fight. It's a dope fight, but I don't want that.
Listen, to me, I think Tellez has, with the J-Rock victory, the way he looked, you know what I'm saying? I think he's proven more than Zayas, bro. Salute. I think he's proven more than Zayas. Like, who has Zayas fought on his resume? And I love Zayas, man. I want him to be the next Puerto Rican star. But who on Zayas' resume has he fought to match what Tellez did against it? And you can't say Patrick Teixeira, because that's the only former world champion this dude fought.
But a former world champion.
Yeah, but a unified champion with J-Rock and a better champion.
I mean, he has it, but I don't necessarily think that Zayas is fault. I think that Zayas would have did the same thing to J-Rock. I don't think he would have beaten Zayas that night.
We're talking the hypotheticals, but when we lay it down, resume versus resume, who had the bigger win? Who had the better win? I would say Tellez. And impressive too, because even the win that he got against Teixeira, he didn't look that great in that fight. It was an ugly fight.
Yeah, these guys, we did one of these one time, and I was the only guy pro Zayas. They were all not sold. I still think at 22 years old, bro, give him a couple more years, bro. He's gonna be a potential star in this game. They don't think so.
Right. I mean, I think he could be a star. It's just, he needs to start fighting some fucking live dogs, bro. He needs to fight.
I've been saying that for 2 fights. I've been saying that 3 fights ago. Like Top Rank, he needs to start to demand the bigger fights. Yeah. Like he needs to come out and say, nah, I need a bigger fight. I don't want that fight on Puerto Rican Day weekend just because it's gonna sell out the Garden and I'm gonna watch this dude, and then we're gonna go and have 10 million people at the parade.
Right.
He needs to start demanding more out of Top Rank, because if he allows him to dictate his opponents, this is what the fuck they do, bro. This is what they do. They're really good at fighter development. They go too far with it though. They go way too far with it, Top Rank. Like there's a limit, and to me they passed that limit. And I think he's ready. I think he's ready to fight those J-Rocks and these veteran guys that were former champions. You got to put him in there with these guys, because that's how he's ultimately going to get better and better.
Another fight that I like to see him in as well, like you said the Ramos fight you want to see
that's the fight
Zayas with.
That's the fight.
I like to see the Tellez fight against him, and I also like to see the Charles Caldwell fight against Zayas.
And that's a fight that could happen.
And
that's a fight that could happen.
Fight. I've been asking for the Lubin fight.
That's a fight. I think both those fights can happen.
Man, all 4 of those fights right there are perfect step-up fights before a title shot. All 4 of them. Give me any one of those. Tellez,
I don't.
Calderon, Ramos, Lubin. Give me any of those guys with Zayas to show where Zayas is at this moment.
I don't deny any of those, bro. I would take any one of those because I think Xander can be that guy. But until he proves it, again, I'm just going to be saying it, and people are going to argue with me. So,
yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But I mean.